You want to commit fewer net errors, but you don't want to start looping or moonballing the ball to stay out of the net. You want to stay aggressive and pretty much hit as hard as you possibly can without launching the ball into the back fence. You also want to force short balls off your opponent that you can then attack. If you said yes to all of that, then I have the answer for you. You need heavy topspin. In this video, I'm going to show you how to hit that heavier topspin that stays out of the net, that will help you to push your opponent either off the baseline or, as another option, when you really heavily roll the ball, will pull your opponent off the court sideways. Either way, you can create shorter balls that way that you can use to finish the point. Hitting heavy topspin can be a super valuable tool when it comes to playing patterns. If you want to analyze your own game and see what patterns you should be running, it couldn't be any easier. Thanks to the sponsor of this video, the SWINGVISION app. All you do is record your matches, your hitting sessions, or even your ball machine sessions. Recording yourself is super easy if you use the swing stick. You simply clip your phone in here, and then depending on the height of the fence, you can extend it, and you can either hook it over the fence or just clip it into the fence with this little tool here. One of the features of the SWINGVISION app that really helps you identify patterns is the automatically created AI highlight reel. You see your best points of the match back to back to back without having to scroll. The point history feature is a great way to check in if you actually managed to reach your goal. So let's say you wanted to hit more aggressive forehands. You look through each individual point and it is tagged by how the point finished. So for instance, right here, you can see forehand winner, and you can jump right to that specific point in the video and you see exactly what you did or what you can do better next time you have the same shot in case you missed it. If you want to get one of these, a swing stick free, that usually is worth $100, go ahead and use the link below with an annual SWINGVISION Pro subscription. That gives you 30 hours of recording time for $12 a month. It comes with free global shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Back to the topspin. How do you create more of it? You actually don't have to change your grip. Anyone, except probably players that have a continental grip, anyone with any grip can add more topspin to their strokes because you actually need to manipulate the swing path, not change the grip. The key to getting heavier topspin on the ball is to let your racket head drop lower and then swing up way, way steeper to your contact point than if you wanted to hit a drive. Use your entire body to get lower, because obviously when your entire body is lower, immediately your racket head is lower. On the forehand, it's the exact same thing. When you want to create heavy topspin, you want to try to let your racket head drop very low below the ball, definitely below your wrist. And it does help if you have your racket face a little closed as you take your racket back. You don't have to force yourself to do this kind of thing here. Good enough if it just points down here. The key again is that this part here, you're swinging up very steeply to your contact point. And you're basically making contact with the ball on your upswing. You're not driving through it from behind. And what you're doing with this extremely steep swing path is that you create the so-called Magnus effect. If you want the absolute details, physics and all explained, go ahead and Google it. For the use of this video, I keep it simple. The steeper swing path creates forward rotation on the ball. I always thought about it rips the ball up. The ball goes up steeper. It has a higher trajectory, which you guessed will give it better net clearance. The ball simply goes higher over the net. That reason alone is why you should work on heavier topspin, because I really, really, really hate net errors. Because of that forward rotation, the ball goes up steeply, quickly, passes the net at a higher point, but also comes down in a steeper arc, which is absolutely beautiful because you can swing aggressively, and all you do by basically swinging faster, if you hit heavy topspin, you make the ball safer. they still drop in. You're not spraying them, you're not hitting the fence, which could very well be if you're flattening out your stroke and you're accelerating more and more and more. And it was really that fact that helped me, especially in tighter situations when you don't want to miss and many players start to just kind of guide their strokes. If you hit heavy topspin, you can rip the ever-loving baloney out of the ball. You're still getting the ball in. You can maintain a much more aggressive mindset without going crazy. Heavy topspin balls also bounce higher. So if I manage to get the ball deep and heavy, I manage to push my opponents back off the baseline. And from back here, especially if I manage to get it around or even above shoulder, these are really, really hard balls to control. Using heavy topspin is actually one of the things that left-handers do so well against us right-handers. So let's take a look here at Luciano, who's using his heavy lefty forehand to go high to his opponent's shoulder. And you see that there's not much that opponent can do with it. There's one other time when a heavy topspin comes in really handy, and that is, for instance, when you're being pulled out a little wider, a little shorter, you can still attack that ball in a diagonal way, and you use that really quick, steep swing to create a ball that moves quickly over the net, but also dips down really quickly behind the net. And you can pull your opponent out with a counter angle. So next time when you're being pulled out wide, try to hit that little counter dink angle, if you will, instead of going down the line for a highlight winner shot. Very satisfying to see them run into the fence. And come to think of that, you can actually also use that quick topspin dipper when somebody's attacking you. You bring that ball down to their feet and they have to lift the ball up to you. Being able to hit heavy topspin will definitely make you a tougher player to beat. But if you really want to drive your opponents nuts, you add the extreme opposite of the spin spectrum, the slice. And I have this video right here for you that will show you how to use that slice.